Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. My main tarot channel is Moon Moth Goddess. So if this is the first time clicking on one of my videos, I also welcome you to check out my other tarot channel. So today's pick a card reading is actually going to be a question that I had to do yesterday for a client. They actually had this question as a part of their private reading with me, and I really liked the question, and I felt like maybe this was something that would be useful to those of you that are really kind of focused on improving the self and acknowledging certain aspects of your, personality, your own behaviors, the own patterns, your own thoughts. So our topic for our pick a card today is, what are you not seeing about your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts, right? And how these things are kind of like affecting you, and what area of your life. As I said, I did this for a client yesterday, and I told them that I liked their question, that I was going to steal it for our pick a card today. So that is what we are doing. So you see the decks that we do have here. We are going to be shuffling the piles and putting them together for you guys so that you can choose with your pile and then the crystal with it. So I'm going to show you the crystals in just a second, but I will have the timestamps for you guys to look at what the pile looks like already shuffled and put together with your crystal. So you can skip ahead to the timestamp to see, so you can be able to choose that way. Those of you that like watching me put the piles together, you can also watch that process and then, wait until everything is put together and choose that way. So however you guys want to do it. Some of you, when I show you the crystals, you may already know that's the one, that's the pile for me. I also find that maybe with this reading, you might feel called to more than one pile. And I would say that's perfectly okay for this type of reading, because you may have messages across the piles today. Okay, so what are you not seeing about your behaviors, patterns, thoughts, maybe something you don't even realize about yourself at all? Okay, so it's kind of a little bit of a shadow work type of question. Okay, so pile number one, you are going to be this celestite little cluster here. For pile one, and I love this. I actually got this in Sedona the last trip that I did. Okay, so celestite for pile number one. Pile number two, you are going to be this polychrome jasper heart. For pile number two. And then pile number three, you are going to be this amethyst crystal. For pile number three. So some of you may already know just from choosing or seeing the crystals which one is your pile, but those of you that want to watch me put the piles together, or you want to see the pile with you, the crystal, the timestamps will be down below for you guys, and I will see you at your reading. Okay, so let's put these piles together for you guys. So we're going to actually do two tarot decks today. We're going to be doing the Tarot of the Golden Wheel, this one here, and then we also have the Orion's Animal Tarot, which is this one here. Okay, so we have those two, and let's start putting these piles together. And our question is, what are you not seeing about your behaviors, patterns, thoughts, and we'll see how this might be affecting you, maybe negatively impacting you in some way, maybe how it's affecting your life, or maybe preventing you or blocking you from doing certain things, right? So pile 1 with the Celestite. Let's actually pull 3 of these tarot cards. We'll pull 2 from the other deck. So pile 1, what are you not seeing about your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Pile 1 with the Celestite. What are you not seeing about your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? What is pile 1 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Okay, so that's pile 1. Pile 2 with the Polychrome Jasper Heart. What is pile 2 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? All right, and this can be things that you're not seeing at all or not seeing clearly. Maybe, you know, not acknowledging. Maybe there's a need for self-awareness. Or maybe not even realizing how certain patterns and behaviors are kind of negatively impacting you, right? So pile 2, how are you not seeing, or what are you not seeing about your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Pile 3, with the Amethyst. What is pile 3 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Pile 3 with the Amethyst. Okay. So let's go into the Animal Tarot. We're going to pull 2 of these. Pile number 1 with the Celestite. What is pile 1 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Pile 2 with the Jasper Heart, and pile 3 with the Amethyst. Okay, now let's go into, we're going to pull 2 of these cards, and these are, what is this? The Power of Surrender. Power of Surrender cards. So pile 1, we're going to pull 2. What is pile 2 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts for pile 1? Pile 2. What is pile 2 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? And pile 3 with the Amethyst. Okay. So we're going to pull 2 of this deck here, and this is the Wild Unknown Archetypes, and it actually comes in a little circle, little box for it. Okay. So 2 of these. Pile number 1. What is pile 1 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? And hopefully I can get these to not flip over. Not flip over. They're a little bit of an awkward shuffle. So let's see. Pile 1. What is pile 1 not seeing? I'll take that one. Let's do one more. What is pile 1 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Okay, so pile 2 with the polychrome jasper. What is pile 2 not seeing about their patterns, behaviors, thoughts? Okay, and then pile 3. What is pile 3 with the amethyst not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? One more for pile 3. Okay. So we do have one more deck, but I'm actually going to shuffle these live for the piles. So let's get this together. Pile 1. I wonder if it would look better this way. Okay. So that is going to be for 2. And then pile number 3's. Okay, so pile number 1, this is going to be your pile here with the celestite. Pile number 2, this one is going to be here with the polychrome jasper. And then pile number 3, this is going to be yours with the amethyst crystal. Take your time to really focus and meditate on the crystals, the cards, whatever you feel helps you to choose the best. As I said, if you feel drawn to more than one pile for today, that's perfectly okay. Go with whatever you feel resonates with you the most. Timestamps will be down below for you guys, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. So those of you that resonated with the celestite cluster here, this is going to be your reading today. And our question is, what are you not clearly seeing about your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? And we're going to see kind of how they may be impacting you or affecting maybe a certain aspect of your life, okay? So let's look at the tarot first. We have the 8 of Wheels, which is the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. The 2 of Wands. The Magician. And we also have Death here. Okay. All right, so let's look at your Oracle. We have the Starborn, and I remember this card. I actually pulled this card. I can't remember which reading it was, but there was a, I don't know if it was like a Soul's Purpose reading, pick a card I did. I can't remember, but this card came out. It is a really beautiful energy. We also have the Gem. Surrender to your soul's path, and it says your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. And then we have surrender, low self-esteem. Okay. So it says you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. Okay, so I see where this is going already. So as I said, our topic for our pick a card today is what are you not seeing about your behaviors, your patterns, and your thoughts? And I feel like because this low self-esteem is here, a lot of your thoughts, patterns, and behaviors are kind of, I feel like, centered around that. And maybe that is about really, you know, boosting up, of course, the self-esteem, the confidence, the worth, the value that you see within yourself, right? And I feel like this is one where other people recognize this within you, but you don't see it within yourself. Okay? And what I will say with that, I want to kind of start here with this starborn, because this is from what I remember doing this with the pick a card, I don't know, it was a couple of weeks ago, but this card here is really beautiful. And this is essentially talking about you being here on earth during this time, during this incarnation, as this feeling, since you may have been very young, of having some type of destiny to fulfill, something great, but may struggle within your life about finding out what it is. And to me, the starborn energy is about you having a destiny to fulfill, and one that is unlike or very unique, and sets you apart from other people, because this is truly where you are stepping into this aspect of yourself. And of course, if you are someone who does suffer from low self-esteem, and of course you could be someone who's really working on that right now, or maybe may not even recognize at times that the way that you feel about yourself can have a huge impact, right? Based off of the thoughts that you have or certain behaviors, right? Because if you suffer from low self-esteem, we may not feel confident enough to be able to pursue our greatness. Okay? And what I'm kind of seeing here is that you do have the Magician. And the Magician is a very, very powerful energy. It is one in which we have the power to manifest and create our dream reality. You know, basically, essentially, making our dreams come true, right? With the starborn energy here. And with the Eight of Pentacles, this is about hard work, discipline, commitment. And for some of you, maybe it is that you lack commitment, or you lack dedication, or you lack putting in the solid effort towards something. Because if this low self-esteem is affecting you, you may feel like, why should I put in the work, right? Why should I put in the effort? I'm not going to be any good. Or, you know, I'm not going to gain the recognition that I really want, or I'm not going to make it to the top, or, you know, it's just all those things that we might tell ourselves that block us from achieving greatness. Okay. Another issue that I'm kind of seeing here is this Two of Wands. Okay. And if you notice these two little, I don't know what these are, rams, they look like they're butting heads here. Okay. The Two of Wands energy is about being at a crossroads in life and having to make a choice, a decision, having to choose a path, a direction. And sometimes if we take too long with making a choice or decision, we can't get anything done, right? We could be stuck at that crossroads for years, where there's something that we want to manifest, something that we want to create, and we end up kind of stuck at that place where we're not feeling sure about ourselves, right? We're not feeling sure about ourselves. Maybe we feel there's an unworthiness to abundance, right? So this can be telling ourselves that we're not good enough, we're not going to make it, we're not going to get or achieve the success that we really want, right? So to me, it's like this beautiful dream or vision that you have of wanting to accomplish, you know, much within your life. And with the Death card here, the Death card is about transformation. It is about bringing certain, you know, behaviors, patterns, thoughts, what we're talking about today, to an end, so that you are able to make the decisions that you need to and put forth the energy of, and I feel like a lot of this is creativity for you, a lot of creative energy. The Page of Pentacles is about planting the seed for something new, right? Developing something new, even if that means new behaviors, new thought patterns, putting in more solid or dedicated effort into mastering yourself, right? Recognizing, acknowledging when low self-esteem may be something that is impacting you and your ability to kind of move forth on a path that you feel is going to bring you the most success and the most happiness, which is something that, we all want in life. We want to know that if we do this thing or if we take this path, that we're going to be happy, that we're going to be successful, right? We don't set down a path and say, okay, I hope I suck at this, or I hope that I'm not, we want to feel happy, want to feel like we're making the right choice. And I feel like because this may be a little bit of an issue, or maybe for some of you a lot of an issue, right? Not being confident enough in the self, or suffering from low self-esteem. To me, it's kind of like not seeing your greatness, and other people are able to see that within you. You're not seeing it within yourself, right? Because this magician energy being so powerful, like, you truly have to believe in yourself without the fears, without the worries. For those of you that do read tarot, or you kind of, sort of, okay, magician is card number 1 in the tarot deck, okay? The card before that is the Fool, which is 0, okay? So essentially the tarot is with the Fool going on his journey through the major arcana, which are the 21 major first cards in the tarot deck. The first lesson that the Fool learns on his journey is the magician, because the Fool is kind of like a newborn, right? Kind of like this little starborn here in this little egg. He's like a newborn, and the Fool has no fear, right? It's kind of like when you think about a baby, right? Or a child, they're innocent, right? It's like they're a blank slate. They know nothing of fear, right? And this is when you look to, like, let's just say your inner child. Your inner child is full of, magic and wonder and awe and creativity, and inspired and excited about so many different things that you want to create when you're young, when you're little, when you don't really think in terms of, right? Because most of the time our ego has not developed by that age. Our ego's not there yet, right? So we don't have those fears and doubts that kind of pop into your mind at 3 years old, when you're imagining yourself at 3 or 4 or 5 as wanting to be a doctor, or wanting to be a firefighter, or wanting to be somebody who's building ships or something like that. Whatever you feel like when you're young, and you have that innocence about you. And so it's kind of like the Fool, right? The Fool, and you being the Fool, you being that blank slate, and without fears, insecurities, worries, and doubts that you have in yourself, low self-esteem, lack of confidence, to the point where it's affecting your will within inside yourself to see yourself as that magician, right? So I feel like what Spirit is saying here is a lot of this may be rooted from, maybe, potentially, right, low self-esteem. Subconscious, right? Sometimes we have little awareness. We think we're good. We think we're confident, but maybe some of those thoughts or those behaviors, patterns, right, belief systems that we hold on to from childhood, from past situations that we've gone through, have been something that have affected us, without us even recognizing it. Okay? And I will use kind of myself as an example. I am someone who, when I was younger, I loved art. I loved it. I used to draw. I used to paint. I used to do, draw like cartoons. And when I was in, 5th or 6th grade, that was when like the Simpsons cartoon first came out, when it was still like on, I think it was like the Tracy Ullman show, when they didn't even have their own show yet for the Simpsons. And I used to draw cartoons and all kinds of stuff. But when I was in, I think 4th or 5th grade, there was this boy in my class, and he was really, really good at art. He was like, wow, like he was probably like someone you would see like that was already cartooning for a living. He was that good. But he looked at my attempt, right? And my attempt to draw, and he publicly, kind of in front of the whole class, humiliated me. And I felt so sad, like so broken, so hurt from that affected me, affected my ability to see myself as a powerful creator, right, of my own magic, whatever that meant for me at that time. And then I had it happen to me again when I was in, I think, 7th or 8th grade in junior high school, uh, doing art class. And I had the teacher, right, the teacher tell me that my art was horrible, right? Failed me in art class. So, and it kind of in a way, the same thing, do it in front of other classmates, right? Again, the public shame, humiliation that I felt at that. So even though now, right, I am someone who does still like art, I always have that in the back of my mind with those two things that I've gone through about feeling that I'm not good enough, right? When it comes to art, I can't do it. I don't want to share it. I don't want to show people what I do because I feel that in the back of my mind, right? So for whatever this is for you, right? With your power to manifest, your power to create, your greatness that you're meant to, I feel like with the starborn energy here, you're meant to create. You're not meant to hide your talents, your skills. So to me, your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts are maybe rooted from something from low self-esteem, right? Because I don't even think about it at times until I really started to realize, like, wow, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like my art is not good enough? Why do I feel like my painting is not good enough and I don't want to share it publicly? And I had to start thinking and digging back, right? Doing the inner child work. And I'm like, oh, that's why. Because I remember that there's still this pain attached to that moment or that memory from something in my past with that low self-esteem that I felt, right? Also, if you're someone who suffers from any type of traumas, right, that have created low self-esteem within you, right? You just don't feel good enough, right? You don't feel like you're, like there's things, I almost feel like with this card here, like there's so many things that you want to do, so much that you want to create and to become, but you're not seeing yourself in the way that other people see your greatness. Like you're, and that's kind of what this Eight of Pentacles is to me, is because the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in solid, committed, dedicated effort into mastering a skill, right? We're mastering it. So if your thoughts are kind of in a way, anything, right, low confidence, low self-esteem, low self-worth, whatever that is for you. And then it keeps you stuck in this place of the Two of Wands, where looking at these two little rams that are butting heads here. I don't know if they're rams or not, you guys. I'm just thinking they're rams. If they're, let's just say that's happening to you internally. Let's just say that you have conflicting thoughts, right? That you're like, I should do it, I shouldn't do it. I should do it, I shouldn't do it. So this is something that where these thoughts, or maybe even some type of fears, right, are keeping you held back from your power to create, your power to manifest. And there's that need for, with the Death card energy here, bringing those things to an end. And having the confidence, I feel like, and I'm noticing that both of these are little, no, that's not a sunflower. I don't know what that is, if it's like a lily or a daffodil or something, but I don't know. I'm just noticing how both of these little flowers here, they both kind of look like sunflowers, right? The yellow in them. Okay, the yellow in them. And to me, that is also solar plexus energy, the solar plexus chakra. Okay, That is your power. That is your confidence, right? So maybe a lot of these thoughts or behaviors that you have, you might notice about yourself that maybe you get excited, right? With the Page of Pentacles, you feel eagerness to kind of like start a new project. Maybe there's no follow through for you. Maybe these thoughts or patterns or behaviors that you have are not allowing you to fully move ahead with mastering something, because you get, I'm excited, I'm starting this, I'm doing this, and then it kind of like tapers off. Why? Because this sets in, right? The low self-esteem, the lack of confidence, and you don't end up putting in that solid, committed, dedicated effort. So you never kind of, I feel like, maybe reach that fullest potential that you're truly meant to with this energy of the Starborn, right? The other thing I'm seeing here with the gem is that, we know gems, diamonds, things like of that nature, they are literally made, right, out of the dark places, right? Caves, in the ground, any natural place in which there is, a bunch of earth and dirt and things that are just like compacting and compressing and in the dark, right? So, and essentially with this, you are someone who may have had to go through a lot of very challenging, I feel like, things within your life, right? And it's kind of like through your darkness is the way in which you will find the light within yourself, right? Through the pressure, through the stress, through the challenges, through the pain, through the heartache, through the traumas, everything that you've gone through in your life that has impacted you and made you feel like causing things, right? Such as the low self-esteem, the thoughts that are centered around that, right? That I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I'll never be able to accomplish that, right? And I'm sure somewhere throughout your life you can think of something, right? Just like the story that I shared about myself, something that is impacting the way that you feel yourself, the way that you feel about yourself now, right? Like I said, I had to like really sit and think, like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel embarrassed and like my art is not good, right? Because I felt like I didn't want to do it anymore after that. Like, people are saying that it's horrible and I don't want to do this anymore, right? So needing to kind of build up that confidence again that was ruined or destroyed way back when, that I needed to get back to feel like, you know what, this is my art. I love it. And I don't care what anybody else thinks, right? You also have surrender to your soul's path here. And it says your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth, right? So many of you that chose this pile with the gem have been someone who has gone through a lot, maybe a lot of darkness, right? A lot of challenges, a lot of not so great thing, maybe some struggles, right? For some of you, and having to grow through a lot of those uncomfortable behaviors, patterns, thoughts, right? And try to find your way out of those things. Okay. So what I want to do, I actually want to read the gem and also the Starborn, just so you can kind of get a little bit more information for these two, but you can kind of see where this is kind of going here. This is where Spirit is saying here, a lot of these behaviors and the way that you may do things, right, in your life may center around maybe even a blocked, what I'm thinking, a blocked solar plexus chakra, right? A need. And I will say that this is common, okay? It's not like you're, different than other people. A lot of people have issues with the solar plexus, myself included, right? We all have to work on being more confident in ourselves and stepping into your power, especially with you having the Magician here, right? To me, it's like this is Spirit saying you have so much power here and you haven't even uncovered, right? The talents, the skills, that you truly have. So this is going to be a need to me to work on that. So let's look at the gem first. And it says there are infinite names for the gem. It is also known as the jewel, the star, the talent, the gift, the gold. One thing for certain is that it is found deep within a substance that is very much unlike it. For example, a diamond in the rough. The gem always stands in contrast to its surroundings, right? Which to me is kind of like in a way symbolic of you as a person being different than other people, right? The gem always stands in contrast to its surroundings. You're not like other people. You are the starborn. Okay? It says you can't find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. Precious stones, you, pile number one, you are that precious stone, develop slowly, deep in the earth amid pressure and darkness. Discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface. What is that? That is beneath the surface of your fears, your insecurities, your thoughts, self-limiting beliefs, anything that is blocking you, right, from your greatness. Discovering the gem requires descent beneath the surface when there is no definitive map, right? There's no way for us to really figure ourselves out, right? We have to dive in. We have to do the shadow work. We have to do the inner child stuff. It says, yet the longing to touch the true gem within us is so strong that we cannot help but seek out its radiance. Your gem, like your destiny, is unlike any other in the entire world. Keep digging, right? This is basically talking about you, your inner treasure, right? The talents, the gifts, the skills. You're needing to kind of like dig deep within the self is what Spirit is saying here. Allowing yourself to go through this death and rebirth process, right? The death of the old you, right? The one that has the, the lowered sense of self, the feeling not good enough, the low self-esteem, the lack of confidence, right? And the thoughts and patterns of behavior that are centered around that way of thinking, right? Like I said, investing time. I'm going to do this. I feel excited. I feel happy. And then it starts to taper off. This sets in again, right? Or not wanting to surrender to say what the your soul's path is, what your heart's really calling you to do. Okay, so your starborn, let's see, that one is 3. Starborn. Okay, I love this card. It says, the divine child, the star child, the destined. It says an exclusive yet radiant aspect of the self. The starborn archetype points to the cosmic spark of light that arrives with each being at birth. The moment the newborn crowns, right, when it's being born, the royal stars above are said to constellate in a unique shape that maps our path in the world. The idea of destiny is controversial, yet the starborn naturally feels a sense of destination and purpose, aiming itself toward a future that is beyond the mundane. When this card appears, travel back to your birth story for clues and insight. What did you desire when you were young? Practice seeing your life from a mythic point of view rather than a series of logistics. Read the story of the 3 fates and envision yourself born under the stars with a unique destiny, right? So when we're in our shadow aspect, right, when we're going through the behaviors, patterns, and thoughts that are affecting us, we're feeling misalignment, right? We have a longing for something, right? Our soul's path, but because of other things, right, that are blocking us, we feel like we cannot achieve what that dream or that goal is, right? So basically this is, to me, self-sabotage, right? Maybe we have some self-sabotaging types of thoughts that are, in a way, kind of blocking here. I do want to clarify your 2 of Wands energy here. Pile 1. What is this 2 of Wands? 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So 10 of Cups in reverse is discontent, unhappiness, right? Some of you may have come from literally challenging family situations. The Ten of Cups is a family card. Okay. Ten of Cups in reverse can be a feeling of discontent, unhappiness, right? Maybe this is feeling, if you came from, let's just say, a broken home, right? Abandonment wounds, neglect wounds, not having your family together, parents that were divorced, a parent that passed away, right? The root here, to me, a lot of this may be stemming from family, inner child stuff, okay? Your inability maybe to make certain decisions, staying stuck on those decisions, but it leading to, right, an overall feeling of discontent, right? And the thoughts that go along with that, right? Not feeling happy, not feeling content, longing for something, right? Longing to feel happy, or even kind of stuck in that mindset of, I'll be happy when this happens. I'll be happier when this happens for me, right? Instead of allowing yourself to feel happy in your greatness right at present. So let's see, what is this Eight of Pentacles? Right? This, to me too, we can even be procrastinators, okay? Procrastination with the Eight of Pentacles, because like I said, this is about hard work, dedicated, committed effort, solid effort that we're putting into something, right? And if we're not putting that in, we could get frustrated. We can feel like, you know, I don't want to do this. I feel like I'm going to procrastinate from getting this done or doing it, or actually putting in the solid committed effort so that we can actually get good at something, right? We give up too soon, right? Kind of like what I was saying about my whole art situation, right? My art fiasco is that after 7th grade, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore, right? And I didn't start come into painting until maybe like, I don't know, a year or two ago. And I was just like, I still felt that feeling. And I'm like, why do I feel like this? And I had to start kind of doing back as I do my own shadow work, my own inner child work. And I'm like, aha, that is why I still feel like this, right? That's a wound that I still need to focus on healing, okay? Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Right? That was my wake up, my epiphany right there. Okay, so you have the Chariot here. So this can be things that are kind of affecting, in a way, your willpower, right? Your focus, your determination. It could be a need for you to really work towards balancing out those energies within inside of yourself, okay? I kind of want to look at this low self-esteem right here. Tell us a little bit more about this low self-esteem. We have the King of Wands, okay? And I feel like many of you that chose this pile, you are creative to no end, okay? A lot of this is the solar plexus and sacral chakra energy, and I love that he's wearing orange and yellow, okay? Orange and yellow. He's got a little bit of red in here too, but yeah, orange and yellow. This is passion. This is creativity. Okay. So to me, this is a lot of sacral chakra. Okay. Our sacral chakra is our creative energy. It is where we balance out our emotions. Okay. It is our power, our essence. So yeah, any of you, and I know this is very, not for all of you, but those of you that have gone through any type of traumas, okay, that have affected you in that way, then I feel like a lot of, you know, healing any type of wounds that you may have had within the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, they're also going to be very helpful for you. But to me, with this, it could be self-sabotaging, right? I'm thinking of the shadow aspect of the King of Wands. Right? We can get maybe very easily frustrated, irritated, upset, sabotage ourselves. Okay? We can feel super passionate about things and then get maybe easily frustrated with ourselves, or irritated, or feeling like we're not good enough, right? We lack confidence, right? And I feel like many of you, like I said, are very powerful creatives with this energy. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to be different, a leader, right? The King of Wands is a leader. He's a trailblazer, right? And that is what you are truly meant to be. You're meant to step into this power here, okay, as a King of Wands. Let's get a little bit more. But yeah, solar plexus, sacral chakra, okay, is as what I feel like I want you guys to focus on for this pile. What is this self-esteem here? The 10 of Wheels, which is the 10 of Pentacles, right? I feel like many of you are meant to be leaving behind, I mean, not just leaving behind, but manifesting huge, huge abundance and prosperity for yourself, leaving behind a legacy, okay? You have the 10 of Pentacles here and the Ace of Pentacles. This is basically Spirit saying, with the talents and skills that you have, that you're uncovering by working on building up your self-esteem, your confidence, your self-worth, the belief in yourself, right? You have the ability to work on or be able to attain this level of abundance for yourself. The 10 of Pentacles is the wealth card in the tarot. This is long-term stability, security, opportunities that are available to you to build that wealth. That is what you're meant to have in this lifetime, right? So no more self-sabotaging thoughts, right? No more procrastination, no more indecision, no more low self-esteem, low self-worth, lack of confidence, working on the solar plexus, working on the sacral chakra, because that is the chakra that houses your creative energy. Okay? It is you kicking it up a notch with your King of Wands, getting your wand out there and focusing your intention on what it is that you truly want and putting in that dedicated effort towards that. Okay? Some of you may even have I almost feel like self-limiting beliefs centered even around scarcity mindset, lack mentality, okay, that even have to do with abundance, prosperity. That is going to be the root chakra. Okay? Root chakra. He's got red, orange, and yellow. That is the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. Okay? I also notice how he's seated here in a very stable, grounded chair here. Okay, root chakra, their foundation. So, yeah, if there is any type of abandonment wounds, like I said, any type of specific traumas that you've gone through, this is going to be a need for healing, right? Those to build up that. You're starting from the ground up, the root chakra up, right? So that these behaviors and thoughts for some of you are coming from the lower chakras, okay? Not feeling good enough, low self-esteem, low self-worth, solar plexus, sacral chakra, being more creative, stepping into your power, and feeling secure, I feel like, in yourself, right? Safe, stable, grounded is what I'm seeing here. So let's get some last messages for you. Pile number 1. What else is pile number 1 you need to know about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Look at that, you guys. Sacral chakra, okay? Sacral chakra. We have unconditional love, okay? Which is also going to be something that you find within the sacral chakra. It is loving the self. It is our emotions, the feelings of love, okay? We have on the right path. This is you also needing to learn to trust, okay? Needing to learn to trust, because a lot of that, the behaviors, patterns, and thoughts are going to be centered around doubting yourself, right? Getting started, like I said, with the Page of Pentacles, getting started with something and then thinking, oh, no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't right. Maybe I shouldn't do it, right? This doesn't feel right. Or I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to happen. This path feels unclear. This is Spirit saying, just go, right? Surrender to your soul's path, right? Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment and just go, okay? Right? And we can start to see our life from spiritual perspective, even when things get challenging, right? We also have divine intervention. Okay, so this can be a need for understanding that when divine intervention takes place in our life, to trust that it's happening for a reason. Okay, and these can be certain things that are removed, certain things that are being broken down, dismantling, Spirit helping us to shift, to change, to transform, to step into your power, to step into your greatness. Pile 1. This is beautiful energy. The magic, the power that you have to create and manifest. So yeah, get to work here. Get to work. Sacral chakra, solar plexus. Like I said, for some of you, even the root chakra, right? Your safety, security, your basic needs being met, right? You feel grounded. You're starting from the root, building up towards the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, to build up that confidence, that self-esteem. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the journey of solitude, right? So some of you, it can even be a need for you to focus on spending time alone, spending time in reflection, right? Doing the inner work, recognizing, right? Self-awareness, taking some time to recognize what patterns of behaviors am I repeating, right? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep sabotaging myself? Where is my low self-esteem or low confidence coming from, right? Take the time to think back, right? Write it down if you can kind of go back further and further and further and kind of make a little journal about it, right? Where is this coming from? When did I feel this way the last time? Or what triggered this feeling within me, right? We're diving deep within the self, okay? But yes, with the Starborn here, the gem, you, like I said, that you are not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to be a leader. You're meant to be a trailblazer. You're not meant to do things in the same way that everybody else is doing them. You're meant to get out there, show the world your talents, your skills, your greatness, and do your own thing that is unlike anyone else, right? And with that, having abundance, right? Spirit align you with abundance. This is your destiny. This is your birthright, is that 10 of Pentacles, right? So surrender, as Spirit is saying here, to your soul's path. Trust it, right? You're not meant to be like everyone else. You're meant to achieve this level of abundance, this power, but it requires you to truly believe in yourself. So we're getting rid of this. Okay, we don't need this. This isn't helping us. I mean, it is, because this gem here helping you through the darkness to find the light within yourself. Yes, but if you've already been dealing with this for so much of your life, let's get rid of it, right? Let's step into your power. Let's step into your greatness with that energy. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here for you, pile number 1. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonated with the Polychrome Jasper Heart, this is going to be a reading today. Now let's look at your tarot here. We're asking today, what are you not seeing clearly about your behaviors, patterns, or thoughts? Okay, whatever is coming through for you today. So let's see. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Star. We have the King of Pentacles. And then we also have the World. Okay, so let's look at your oracle. We have surrender to receiving support and love. And it says, allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. We also have surrender to play. And it says, take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. And then your archetype cards, we have the Cave. And then we also have the Kiss. Okay. So what are you not seeing about your behaviors, patterns, thoughts, whatever is coming through for you today? Okay, so the one thing that I am kind of noticing with this energy here is I am feeling for some of you this could potentially be a fear of intimacy. Okay, a fear of intimacy, a fear of allowing yourself to completely be open, be vulnerable, and letting love in, letting healing in. And I feel like with the kiss energy, this is talking about us being able to merge with another person and connect with them on a level that is deep, and we feel deeply connected right into another person. Okay, so I feel like with the world being here, this can be about closing out certain cycles. Okay, closing out certain cycles, and maybe this is a need for bringing certain things to an end. Okay, I am wanting to clarifying this a little bit more with a little bit more tarot, but I'm also seeing the cave here, and I'm noticing that there's someone back here. We have the eyes that are kind of looking out in this, and this card is about isolation. Okay, when we are isolating ourselves from other people, we can be, you know, either doing something like that, like physically, we're not like not being around other people, shutting other people out, or we're choosing to be alone. But this can also be that we have difficulties with opening up, okay, to people on a truly a deep level to foster meaningful connections with other people, right? Interpersonal type of connections, relationships, and truly allowing someone in, okay? And I feel like a lot of, I feel like a lot of you, this could be affecting your, for some of you, you're like your love life, okay? Surrender to receiving support and love, right? Allow the love and support of others in. Some of you may feel like, I need to do this myself. I need to, you know, isolate myself, do things by myself. And I feel like you have some really powerful energy here, right? You've got the Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, and even the Star is a powerful energy, but, you know, I am almost feeling like, are a lot of the thoughts or behaviors and patterns that you might have, are they centered around maybe even a little bit more pessimistic thinking, or not truly being optimistic about certain things within your life? The Star energy is also talking about healing, wish fulfillment, being a more optimistic type of thinker, person that has trust, a person that believes, person that has faith, right, in certain things. The Queen of Wands energy is talking about passion and creativity and purpose and, you know, a leadership type of mindset and power and so much potential, right, that I feel like you have. To me, this is also connected into the solar plexus and sacral chakra energy, because this is talking about passion and creativity, your spiritual energy. So this is tied into sacral chakra, okay? Solar plexus also because of your confidence, right? So maybe a lot of the thoughts that you have, or even patterns of behavior that you might notice or maybe even not notice within yourself, or maybe that you are someone who has a tendency to, maybe you do shut other people out, right? Maybe you have maybe some troubles with really allowing people in, right? And that could be totally be because of things that you've gone through in your past, during your childhood, experiences that you've had in friendships, family situations, or even relationships with other people. I do feel like with the powerful energy that's here with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, that some of you may be super, super focused on your goals, your dreams, and you are super committed into those. And sometimes it could be you have this mindset of, I need to do more and I need to work harder and I need to stay focused and I need to stay disciplined. And sometimes that could be to the, I feel like the detriment of you, it being something that's affecting your connections with others, because you may feel like, you know what, I'm the Queen of Wands, I'm the King of Pentacles, and I am focused, I am working, and maybe your personal life is suffering, right? For some of you, because you also have surrender to play here, right? So if you have like this mindset, which isn't a bad thing, right? You've got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands here, which are powerful energies. So I don't feel like it's bad, but because it's like you're getting stuff done, right? You're focused, you're committed, you're disciplined. Or maybe if you feel like I'm not that way, then this is really Spirit kind of giving you a little bit of a nudge, maybe to come out of your cave, right? To come out of that, whatever that symbolic cave is for you, and step into your power and to get grounded, to get committed, right? Maybe by learning also with the surrender to receiving support and love, maybe it is learning to love yourself, right? And by learning to love yourself, maybe a lot of those patterns and behaviors you have are blocking you, keeping you stuck at a place of indecision, right? Maybe you have difficulties with closing out cycles in your life. Maybe you say, okay, I'm working at this job and I don't like it and I want to have another career, but that Two of Wands energy comes in and you stay stuck, right? Maybe there's a feeling afraid, scared, maybe even feeling a little bit lost, right? Because this cave energy kind of reminds me a little bit like the Hermit, in which you may still be trying to find yourself. You may be trying to discover who you are, what your power is, what your talents are, what your skills are. And maybe this is having a little bit of trouble here with the World energy about closing out certain cycles, right? Bringing certain things to an end so that you can create something new and powerful, right? But yeah, for some of you, I feel like you could be super focused on, career and work and all of that kind of stuff. And it could literally be something that is affecting your connections with others, right? Maybe you have little to no friends, and it's like you really, I feel like Spirit is saying here, right? Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun, right? Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Okay, time to rest. Because some of you, like I said, with that Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, that is powerful energy. Okay, so yeah, I'm feeling that maybe certain patterns of behaviors that you have and thoughts, maybe they're centered around, I have to be by myself. I have to isolate myself from other people. And maybe that is something that affects your ability to connect or even learn how to build or foster meaningful connections with people, right? Especially with this kiss that's here, right? Maybe it's something that's affecting your love life in some way. So let's get a little bit more. I want to look at this Two of Wands here. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So that Seven of Pentacles in reverse can sometimes be when we lack patience. Okay, we lack patience. We're investing time and energy into something that we are trying to manifest, and we get frustrated with the results not appearing in the time that we'd like, right? So maybe certain patterns of behavior that you have, maybe that you do commit yourself, you put the effort in, and then you get frustrated because something isn't happening as fast as you want it to. Maybe it is a friendship, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's something for work, right? So take that how that applies to you. But that Seven of Pentacles in reverse could even be kind of sometimes waiting for results that haven't happened, of course, and that can lead to frustration. It can lead to us feeling like, why should I even continue doing this, right? This isn't working. This isn't manifesting in the way that I want it to. So let's see what else. Why is the Two of Wands? We have Temperance, okay? So yeah, I feel like a big lesson for you, pile 2, is learning to be patient, right? Especially if it is about love for you and you are wanting to really build a connection with someone, right? You have to be patient. You have to invest the time and energy into it. You have to feel confident within yourself. You have to know what your worth is, right? And even if that's in the career field, right? You take a job and you've worked hard to get a degree, in whatever your profession is. You've worked hard for it, right? But then you go and you take a job that they don't even care. You're just like another person to them, right? They're not paying you what your worth is, right? So this is about you kind of truly stepping into your power here and learning to, because Temperance is also about alchemy, right? Manifestation, co-creation with the universe. And understanding that when we do invest time and energy into something, yes, it requires us to make a choice, right? Make a decision, stick to it, right? And be patient. Okay, so many of you, could be lacking patience, and temperance is about patience too. It's one of the big messages here, because through the process of alchemy, right? Things are not going to just appear overnight. We have to invest, dedicate. We have to be open to taking risks, right? Some of you may be afraid of taking risks. Some of your behaviors and patterns and thoughts may center around, I'm too afraid to do this. I'm too afraid to bring this cycle or this situation to an end to create something new, because change is scary sometimes. Okay, so let's see what else. Why is the world energy here? Tower. Okay, so the Tower energy can be things that come to an end, divine intervention taking place, things that are outside of our control, right? And sometimes certain patterns of behaviors, thoughts that we have could be destructive. They could be chaotic. It could be certain things that we've invested ourselves into that are not truly meant for us, right? The Tower energy is about something that's being released or removed from our life. This is a need for us to learn to let go, right? And for some of you, let's just say it is about love, right? You have a breakup, you have a person who's ghosted or blocked, or a person who's not, putting in the same amount of energy as you, and the spirit is kind of removing this person out of your life. Maybe you have a hard time with releasing, with letting go. Whatever that letting go of is for you. Maybe it's letting go of anger, letting go of resentment that you held towards another person. Maybe you're holding grudges. You're holding on to a friendship or a relationship that's toxic. You're holding on to old patterns of behavior that are trying to be removed, right? This could be when you're holding on for dear life, right? When spirit is trying to show you sign after sign, this is not meant for you. Let go. And we have a hard time doing that. Okay? So it is a need for release. Let's see what else. Why is the world here? Justice. Okay. So justice is a need for us to weigh our decisions based off of what our heart and our logical, rational mind is really telling us. It's a need for us to be honest with ourselves, to create balance, and to also think about our choices, because justice is about karma. Okay, justice is about karma, in that we can learn what the cause, the effect is of our decisions, whether whether these decisions and choices that we make can have a negative or a positive impact in our life, right? So we learn when certain things come to an end here with the world, justice, and the Tower, that sometimes these things are not meant, they're no longer in alignment with us, right? The Tower energy is kind of like the storm. The star is the calm after the storm. So maybe when you go through certain Tower moments in your life, maybe this is going to be a need for you to truly understand why it's happening, right? Or understand that we have to be comfortable with that shift, with that change. The star is kind of like this reminder that everything's going to be okay, right? Even after we experience this Tower moment, right? The Justice card is about that universal or karmic balance, right? That's kind of coming in here. So it could be a need for us with your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts to look at the decisions that you make, right? At any aspect, any part of your life, to see, have these decisions that I've made, have they brought me to experience something positive in my life, or have they caused me to experience something negative? Are they negatively impacting me in a way, right? So maybe this is a little bit of cave time that you do, where you do spend some time in reflection, right? With that, to really work on healing here. So let's see what else. Why is the star here? We have the Six of Wheels in reverse. That's a Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse is definitely talking about an imbalance here, right? An imbalance. And that could be that you could find yourself in situations that are not giving or bringing about reciprocal type of energy, right? Whether that be a job, a friendship. You could even be someone who is not, especially with this talking about giving and receiving, right? So under receiving support and love, maybe you are someone who, I mean, it can totally be vice versa too, whether you are the person who gives and gives and gives, and then you're not getting anything in return. That is an imbalance, right? Or it could be complete opposite, where you are someone who is, you know, other people giving to you, you not giving back, right? Whether it's love or whether it's committed effort, dedication into something, right? It's a need for us to really create balance. And that's why we have the Justice card energy here as well. Okay. So I want to see actually this, a little bit of this energy of the cave. So what is this cave energy here? You have the Eight of Swords. There it is right there. The Eight of Swords is a mental prison of negative thoughts, negative thinking. Okay, that is self-sabotage. That is self-limiting beliefs. Okay, maybe there's an unworthiness in love. Maybe there's not feeling I'm not good enough to receive abundance. Maybe I don't feel confident enough to create, to manifest, right? Whatever that is for you. But this Eight of Swords is the self-sabotaging thoughts, right? That are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you held back, that are keeping you restricted. Maybe they affect your love life. Maybe they affect your career. Certain goals that you have for yourself, right? That Eight of Swords is the mental prison that we keep ourselves stuck in. Okay? So let's look at this Eight of Swords. Three of Wands in reverse. That is unstable, right? Unstable. Maybe this is a lack of foresight, a lack of thinking about, right? Planning. Maybe we're not planning things. Maybe we're not looking ahead when we're making certain choices, right? Based off of those self-limiting beliefs that we have there. So let's see what else. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Ten of Pentacles. A lot of this is surrounding abundance, relationships, connections for you. Right? Yeah, I'm getting relationships, friendships, family situations, abundance. Okay? There's, with that Three of Wands energy in reverse, this is going to talk about a need for planning, right? It's a need for us to rethink our partnerships, our friendships, our romantic relationships, things with, you know, dealing with other people, right? Connections with others is what this is really talking about. This is a need for us to look for new solutions or to find solutions, right? To be open to other solutions, different perspectives. Because when we're in this Eight of Swords energy here, a lot of those negative thoughts can be something that really block us from, you know, creating stable energy, long-term stability, long-term security, okay, within ourselves. So let's see what else here. Pile number 2. So what is pile number 2 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts that they need to work on here? We have the heart chakra. Okay, so we have maybe blockages, right, within the heart chakra, right? A lot of this is talking about commitments, connections, whether they family or friendships or romantic relationships. Okay, the heart chakra energy, a need for healing. What is pile number 2 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? We have a need for ancestral healing. Okay, your family line. We also have transformation. Okay, so need for transforming maybe energies within the heart chakra energy that's blocked. Look at that, deep healing. Okay, so maybe with that Eight of Swords energy, a lot of those negative thoughts, patterns, right? Thoughts, behaviors, we have awakened creativity. Okay. To me, that is going to be the sacral chakra. Okay. But yeah, deep healing here, ancestral healing, heart chakra. For some of you, like I said, with that Eight of Swords, this is basically where Spirit is saying that this is coming from. Those negative thoughts, negative mindset, mentality, beliefs. A lot of it could be that need for healing the heart chakra. Look into any type of family stuff. Like I said, with this 10 of Pentacles, could be talking about family, ancestry, generational type of stuff, right? And especially for those of you where maybe you lack the confidence to work towards abundance, or you lack the, just the commitment, the effort, the drive to stay focused and committed towards your goals. Maybe it is looking at family, looking at past mentality, right? Of parents, of grandparents, if you're able to, right? And see how their lives are, if they're still living, right? What is their relationship with themselves? What is their relationship in their partnerships, right? How have those impacted you and your thoughts and the way that you think, your own behaviors, right? Especially if you had a parent that was, let's just say, emotionally neglectful, right? And made you feel like you were unworthy of love, right? You were constantly seeking love from someone, right? Maybe you've felt like you've been hurt so much so you have a tendency to isolate yourself, or you don't feel comfortable being open emotionally with people anymore because you've been hurt so much, right? So however this is for you, but to me, yeah, a lot of this is learning how to build and foster, that level of confidence within yourself so that you're able to bring about stability and security within friendships, family relationships, romantic partnerships. You feel better about yourself, right? You don't feel also like you have to be in control constantly. We can kind of learn maybe even to delegate, right? Certain things that we have with other people. Even if you're someone, let's just say, who's married and you feel like you run the house, basically, you run the house and you take care of all the business, the bills, the this, the that. And sometimes this can be a need for us to learn to release control, right? So that we can kind of share that with a spouse, a partner, another person. So we're not putting all of that pressure and stress upon ourselves as well, right? So yeah, with this cave energy here, I'm feeling for many of you, it is going to be really reflecting within the self. And if you are someone who has a tendency to kind of pull back from things because of these negative thought patterns, self-limiting beliefs, that's going to be a need for you to really kind of look into those. And I feel like Spirit's saying here, work on healing, right? Ancestral healing, deep healing, working towards your own transformation. You're awakening your creativity, and that is going to be with working through the sacral chakra and the heart chakra is what Spirit is saying. We do have rebirth at the bottom, right? That rebirth is coming from you being able to let go, release the past, right? Surrendering to yourself to just kind of open up and be open to change, right? Be open to understanding, right? When certain things have to be let go of, even if that means this mindset, right? The Eight of Swords with that Tower energy, that is what is coming to a close. Because to me, this also looks a little bit like a karmic cycle, right? A karmic cycle, repeated behaviors with this Eight of Swords, right? The negative thinking, the self-sabotaging thoughts, right? Maybe those sabotaging thoughts are making it so that you feel like you're not confident. You can't manifest abundance. Maybe, like I said, for some of you, you're not patient, right? Patience is difficult, right? We invest our time and energy. We want to see immediate, right, results, return. So with that King of Pentacles, those of you that are working super hard, right, to achieve this level of mastery with abundance and prosperity, that doesn't happen overnight, right? Unless you win the lottery, the King of Pentacles takes hard work, dedicated, committed effort, solid commitment, right? And if we're being plagued with this Eight of Swords type of energy, right, this energy is not going to serve to help us to get there. So the Tower energy is going to be that need for release, right? That need for release, breaking this type of thoughts down, right? And Spirit is saying here, it's going to come from healing a lot of energy around the heart chakra. And I'm feeling here too, with the sacral chakra here as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here for you. Pile number 2. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the amethyst, this is going to be your reading today, and we are doing a little bit of a shadow work reading today. We're looking at what are you not clearly seeing about your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts that could be maybe affecting you in a negative way, and things that you're needing to focus on, maybe healing, changing, right, within yourself. So let's look at your tarot first. We have the Ace of Cups, 9 of Swords, okay. The 9 of Pentacles. You have the Lovers. And the 10 of Wands, okay. Let's look at your Oracle. You have the Medallion. We have the Shaman. We have Surrender, Denial, and it says accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. And we also have Surrender Your Addictions. And it says whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, intimacy, right, with others, right, overworking, taking action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Okay, so what I'm kind of getting from this already, I'm noticing the first thing is that both in the Medallion and the Shaman, there's hands here that are both open. To me, this is saying a lot about expectations, certain expectations, especially with denial being here. Okay. Yeah, this is almost making me feel, for some of you, this is codependency. Okay, codependency. Why? Because I'm also seeing that we do have the 9 of Pentacles here. And the 9 of Pentacles is about being independently, right? Stable, secure. I'm also noticing here the 9 of Swords, okay? The 9 of Swords is talking about anxiety, fears, worries, overthinking things, overanalyzing, worrying about irrational fears, right? We're worrying about the future, things like that. And so with the Shaman energy being here, I feel like first off, this Shaman can, of course, it can be a very, very powerful energy, okay? Very mystic and very magical and, healing and all of that very spiritual type of energy that comes along with that energy. But with the Shaman energy, this also is a need for us to really be able to face our own shadow, right? Our own negative aspects or parts of the self. This can also be a lot of blaming other people. So this is going to be, for me, I feel like a need for taking accountability for our own actions, okay? Our own decisions that we make, and not really shifting that towards another person, right? Like, oh, well, this person did this to me, so I'm gonna do this to them, or something like that. To me, it's a need for really kind of reflecting within the self and being more, I feel like, aware of when we are hurting, doing things that are hurting ourselves or even hurting other people. Maybe it's words that we say, right? Maybe it's certain actions that we take that can hurt other people, right? Or ways in which we're kind of in a way hurting ourselves, right? By certain things. Maybe the anxiety is something that blocks for some of you, right? Because you also have Surrender Your Addictions here, like I said, I'm kind of calling that codependency, attachment, because this kind of reminds me of the Devil energy in the tarot. right? Substances, food, people, intimacy, overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. And to me, not only with the surrender, the denial here is this in being in denial of other people, it's also in denial of the self. To me, this is a lot about a need for more self-awareness, right? Looking at how our patterns of behaviors, our ways of thinking are affecting ourselves and how they're maybe impacting another person. Okay, is what I'm seeing there with that. So this is going to be a need for us to look within and study, like I said, our own shadow, our own darkness, and to be aware of it, right? How is our shadow aspect of the self? And I'm going to clarify this, but how is our shadow aspect of the self impacting our relationships, our maybe career, our money, our spiritual path, whatever it is that is your focus at this time. To me, this is also maybe, I feel like with the Lover's energy here, for some of you, it could be needing to, like, maybe big decisions that you have to make in life. Okay, because the Lovers can be about a major choice or decision that we're needing to make, and we're needing to make that choice from a place of the heart, right? By first finding balance and union within the self between our feminine and our masculine energies. Okay? And the 10 of Wands energy right next to that can really be when we are overworking ourselves. It can be when we are carrying a lot of stress, a lot of heaviness, a lot of burdens. We're taking on a lot, or we are someone who holds on to past baggage. And that is something that is kind of weighing us down. We keep ourselves, maybe even for some of you, involved in stressful type of situations, or maybe even, I'm noticing that he's wearing a blindfold too, right? They're both wearing blindfolds. So there's something I feel like Spirit's saying that you're clearly not seeing, and I am going to clarify this a little bit more. Maybe something that you're refusing to see or acknowledge about yourself, or that you're refusing to see about maybe somebody that you're involved with. But I want you to kind of keep this open, because this is a shadow, kind of like a shadow work reading for you, right? For yourself, pile 3. So don't think that just because I said, oh, maybe this is something that you're not seeing about someone else, that you completely just forget about you, right? I want you to reflect on you too, right? What is it that about yourself maybe that you're refusing to see, or just not seeing at all, right? Some things we don't even recognize about ourselves. And other people might be like, oh, they're acting like this today, or they're being like that. And they may be able to tell, but we may not notice about ourselves that we have a certain pattern of behavior, or that we have a certain way of thinking that could be, right, impacting another person in our life, whether it's a romantic partner or something, like I said, about our personality, or something that's affecting, right? To me, like I said, looking at both of these here, the medallion and the shaman, they both have hands that are out. So it almost looks like there are expectations for some of you that you might have. And I'm not saying that you need to lower your expectations of other people. I'm also getting, for some of you, from Spirit, this is Spirit saying, don't expect people to read your mind, right? This is about you really stating what it is that you want and being very clear, right? Because we have accept people and situations exactly as they are. So for some of you, it can be maybe that there's a part of you based off of your thoughts, your way of thinking, that you have certain expectations about people and want people to be a certain way. Or, maybe for some of you, it can even be falling in love with potential, right? Falling in love with potential, and we want someone to fit into this mold of what we want, and there's something that maybe that we're not seeing, right? Within ourselves, within another person. So this is basically Spirit saying here, accept people and situations for exactly as they are, right? Without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision for yourself. Is it something that you should remove yourself away from? Or is it something that you should continue to kind of keep yourself in? But I feel like a lot of that is centered around you finding that balance within yourself. The shaman, like I said, is about facing your own darkness, your own shadow side of yourself, so that we can look into what it is that really needs to be healed within the self, right? Because like I said, this shaman is a very, very powerful energy of a healer or a mentor. It's very psychic energy here too. So for some of you, it could be that maybe you are someone who is very psychic or very intuitive. And in order for us to truly step into the power, right, of this shaman energy, we have to face our own darkness. We have to face our own shadows. So don't keep ourselves blinded to it, right? Are we in denial of our own patterns of behavior, right? Are we maybe someone who's super addicted to work, right? Taking on too much with that 10 of Wands because we're wanting to really gain stability, security with that 9 of Pentacles, right? So what else am I seeing here? And then with the medallion energy here, the medallion, like I said, both of them have hands there. So it kind of makes me feel something about expectations, right? And then the medallion energy can talk about feeling burdensome in some way. And that 10 of Wands is the burden, is the heaviness, is things that we need to really work towards letting go. Okay. So this can be talking about, it almost makes me feel for some of you, being that we have addictions here, the medallion, and also the 9 of Pentacles. Like for some of you, is there a lot of focus? I'm wondering if there's a lot of focus on material things. A lot of focus on material things. And maybe that is also a need to release that connection too. Okay, it's kind of what I'm seeing there. But the medallion energy is talking about like an heirloom, an amulet, a talisman that we have that could be traditional. It could be something that we've received, from the family. But it's a need for us to kind of be aware about how certain things in our life, what kind of value do they hold? What kind of expectation do we have for them? Right? And a need for us to understand if these things that we want or that we are placing value on, are they ones that are really kind of giving something back to us, right? Are they meeting our needs, or are they something that we feel we have to have or we need to have within our life in order to make us feel more stable, more secure? So I'm also feeling like Spirit is saying here that maybe a lot of the behaviors or patterns or thoughts, you know what, this is kind of giving to me, and this may only be for some of you, but I'm getting a lot of root chakra energy. Okay, root chakra is basically our foundation within our chakras. It is the first chakra. Okay, and a lot of that is centered around physical, material possessions and basic needs, right? Some of you could be dealing with abandonment wounds, neglect, emotional neglect. Like even if you have a parent that was present and that parent was someone who did not give you love that you needed, right? You could still feel emotional neglect, right? And still kind of have some type of abandonment wound there. Or even if you had like both parents present, just because parents are present doesn't make it, that you have or come from a stable kind of energy. Sometimes parents can be emotionally neglectful, and it's only because, sometimes you have your own wounds, or they have their own wounds that need to be healed. But what I'm kind of getting from this is for some of you, root chakra energy, and I feel like a need for really working towards being more mindful of any irrational fears that you might have. Because with the 9 of Pentacles energy here, I feel like Spirit is saying that you have the potential to truly, for some of you, it's going to be healing your relationship with abundance. I feel like for some of you, it can even be something that's affecting your family connections, relationships, romantic partnerships here. There is a need here with the 10 of Wands of releasing and letting go of the past. So things that you're kind of holding on to, right? And whether those things are things that you're holding on to, or even things that from past connections, past relationships, partnerships. With the Ace of Cups energy here, there's also this need for self-love, self-care, being more open, receptive to giving and receiving love. Okay, to me, that's also a lot of heart chakra energy, so heart healing here. Maybe a lot of the anxiety and fears are centered around lack mentality, scarcity mindset, whether that is involving literally abundance. Okay, maybe there's putting a lot of, I feel like, energy centered around material possessions. Okay, so for many of you, it can be fears about money, about security, about stability, and maybe this is, having an attachment, right, to that. Like I said, for some of you, it can be working super hard, and that's going to be a need for, maybe you create a lot of stress for yourself, right, with a lot of the anxiety that you have here with the Nine of Swords. Maybe that anxiety is also something that blocks you from being able to make decisions that are going to help you to lead you to that Nine of Pentacles energy that is financially independent, that is secure. Okay, so let's clarify this energy a little bit. I want to see what your shaman energy, like I said, this is about facing your shadow, facing your darkness. Okay, so that you understand yourself. Let's see, what is this energy of the shaman here? Knight of Cups. Okay. So a lot of this is centered around the heart, feelings, emotions, being more open and receptive. Look at that. This is a lot of heart chakra energy. Okay. A lot of heart chakra. To me, this could even be a little bit of a disconnect here. Right? This can be a need for really learning to nurture the self, self-love, self-care, being more compassionate, maybe even towards other people. Okay? Being more compassionate, being more also compassionate towards yourself. Okay? The Queen of Cups does bring in a very soft, very sensitive, very gentle energy. So many of you that chose this pile, like I said, the shaman can be very psychic, very intuitive, right? But there's a need for you to really work towards balancing out your feelings, your emotions, learning to be more loving, right? The Queen of Cups is a very, very intuitive energy. The Knight of Cups is a very open, receptive, wear your heart on your sleeve type of energy. So look at all of this here, right? Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups. There's a need for really learning to love the self. Okay. Maybe being a little bit more sensitive to also to the needs of other people, or also paying attention to what your own emotional needs are. The Queen of Cups is also about bringing about emotional balance, right? Emotional balance. So let's see what else. Why is the shaman here? We have the Seven of Wands. Okay, and I don't know if I should take these or not. If we have Temperance, the Magician. Okay. All right, so the Seven of Wands can be maybe even for some of you a need to set boundaries, okay? Needing to learn how to set boundaries with other people. It can also be respecting other people's boundaries, okay? Respecting other people's boundaries. Temperance is also about healing. It's also about being patient, okay, with yourself, your own healing, maybe even more patient with others, okay? You also have the Magician energy here. And the Magician is about you also recognizing your power to manifest, your power to create. The Hermit energy can also be you taking some time to really reflect within yourself. Okay, introspection. Looking into what does need to be healed, right? Like I said, with the shaman here, it is a need for us to kind of be and get comfortable with our darkness, with our shadow. Exploring it, learning about it, right? Not keep ourselves blinded to certain aspects of the shadow self. We have to bring about balance, right, between the shadow aspect and our light aspect to our those parts of ourself. Okay, very important for us to achieve that balance there, right? So we don't have one that's kind of taking over the other. And a lot of this, where Spirit is saying here, is the shadow. Okay, so why is the Nine of Swords here? We have the High Priestess. Yes. So the anxiety is Spirit saying something here that is clouding your intuition. It's clouding your judgment. Okay. You may also be someone who has a tendency to block out other people, isolate yourself from others. Kind of a loner type of energy with the Hermit, right? Sometimes this can be a need for us to learn how to be more, like I said, more loving, more open, more nurturing. And maybe this is a need for us to take time to nurture ourselves, right? A need for nurturing, a need for healing, a need for looking within the self to see what does need healing. But yeah, to me, the Nine of Swords energy, as far as your thoughts, this is a lot of overanalyzing, overthinking things, certain irrational fears, right, that are blocking us. Maybe it's blocking us from recognizing certain things about ourselves. Maybe we're in denial about another person in our life. Maybe it is keeping us in a place where we feel afraid to connect with other people, is afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to be open. For some of you, like I said, it maybe could be a fear surrounding building up abundance for yourself. Okay, or if you are someone who does suffer from any type of addiction, right? It's about acknowledging what those things are. Are you someone who's addicted to unhealthy eating? Are you someone who doesn't eat enough? You worry obsessively about weight. So many different things, right? We can be someone who overspends. We can be someone who becomes overly attached. Like I said, I'm getting here material possessions, right? Material things. So whatever that is for you, okay? It's about understanding and recognizing what patterns you have. Like, are you someone who stress shops? Are you someone who gets stressed out and then you want to eat, or you starve yourself, or, so we have to really kind of acknowledge those behaviors that we have, okay? Which is what I'm feeling. Or like, let's just say you get stressed out and then you go smoke, right? Or you have to think about what those are for you. Let's see, what is this Nine of Swords here? Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, for some of you, I'm seeing look at that. Nine of Swords again, right? Nine of Swords, with that Queen of Pentacles energy here, Queen of Wheels in this deck. That is something that is affecting your stability, your security, your foundation. So to me, this is a lot of root chakra energy. Okay, the root chakra. Because the Nine of Swords is going to be when we are way up in our head, the upper chakras, which means we're not grounded. Okay, we're not grounded. This is going to be, and also with the addictions here too. This is root chakra stuff. Okay, when we have any attachment to material world, possessions, things of that nature, that's all root chakra. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm getting here for you. To work towards the healing, being more aware. I feel like with the Nine of Swords, like I said, overthinking, overanalyzing, being irrational, right? Irrational thinking, or constantly worried about money, lack mentality, scarcity mindset, not making certain decisions because you feel too anxious about it. You're not keeping yourself open to certain opportunities, right? Like I said, maybe denial over certain things that you have to look within yourself, or even things that you're refusing to see about another person, right? Especially if it's something negative. However, with your Queen of Cups energy here, it's learning to be more compassionate, right? We're facing our own darkness. We can also acknowledge that another person may be, and that doesn't excuse it, of course. It doesn't excuse another person's behavior, right? Or how their behaviors are kind of affecting you as well. But this is also about you learning to be more compassionate, right? More empathetic towards others, more sensitive, more kind, more giving from a place of heart and loving and understanding, but also giving yourself that same energy, nurturing those shadow aspects of yourself, right? So that you are able to find balance and union within the self, and also able to let go, right, of a lot of things that you might be carrying or holding on to. So let's get your last messages, pile number 3. What are you not seeing about your behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Right? So this is really talking to me about imbalances that you might have within the root chakra that could be affecting your maybe your third eye, okay? Because we have the High Priestess here, affecting your third eye chakra and maybe even the crown chakra, okay? Let's see. What is pile 3 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? We have create your dreams, okay? So maybe the anxieties, the fears, the worries, the, you know, maybe even if you're someone who has certain dreams, but you are someone who's still holding on to or needing to take a look at what your current load, if you want to call it that. What are you currently holding on to? What are your responsibilities? I feel like with the 10 of Wands, right? If you're wanting to create your dreams, look at what your current responsibilities are. Do you need to do all of those things? Or is there something that you can let go of so you have the power to open up into your creative energy and start and begin something new, right? So I feel like this is Spirit saying here that maybe the behaviors, patterns, and thoughts that you might have could be impacting your ability to really work towards creating your dreams here, okay? The Queen of Cups is also very creative energy, very intuitive. You have focus and discipline, okay? So we're not focused in that Nine of Swords energy, right? We're anxious, we're worried, we're nervous, we're not able to sleep, we're all over the place, right? Our thoughts are scattered, okay? So it's going to be a need for us to learn how to focus and really discipline ourselves towards, you know, taking action, right? What are you not seeing about your behaviors? Let's see. Introspection. Okay, so yes, we have the Hermit energy here somewhere. I don't know what I did with the Hermit. There it is, right? That is going to be that need for you to spend some time alone, but quality time alone, in that you are really reflecting within yourself, right? What needs healing? What needs changing? This is a time for us to be more self-aware, right? Of our own patterns of behaviors, our own thoughts, doing the work, right? Acknowledging them, things that we've been refusing to see about ourselves and how we hold ourselves back, right? What is Pal Not 3 not seeing about their behaviors, patterns, and thoughts? Your beliefs, right? Maybe lack of faith, right? Certain beliefs that we have that block us. And then you also have on the right path, right? So maybe for some of you, this can be that need to really, because these blockages, I feel like here, could be what we're seeing here with them affecting the third eye and crown, that you may doubt yourself, right? You might doubt that you are on the right path, or you may feel afraid to make some type of choice or decision with what your heart is calling you to do, your heart is leading you towards, and you end up making no decision, no choice, right? To really kind of move forward with manifestation or with creating here with the Magician energy. Okay, so yeah, to me, it's going to be a need for looking within the certain beliefs that you have, right? To see where that Nine of Swords is kind of coming from for you, right? And also paying attention. I think I wanted to do that actually before we go here. What is the energy surrounding these addictions for pile 3? Page of Cups. To me, for some of you, this is emotional immaturity. Okay, emotional immaturity. This is also a need for self-love. A need for self-love. We also have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. There's also attachment to results here. Attachment to outcome that I'm seeing here. Okay. Attachment to a specific outcome. What is this addiction's energy here? Right? We can maybe even become obsessed, attached. Addictions. For some of you, it is going to be codependency, attachment towards romantic partners. Right? Codependency for some of you. Okay? And that could be affecting your love life. There's a need for really learning to love the self, nurture the self, finding balance and union within the self. Some of you can have certain expectations on romantic partners, And could be certain things that you're needing to really look and within yourself, right? This is about us being more introspective, right? Acknowledging when there are certain things that we have been in denial about, or certain things that we need to really heal. For some of you, because this is saying accept people and situations exactly as they are, maybe for some of you with romantic type of situations, or is there codependency or attachment you've developed to someone who, say, is no longer in your life, right? Things that you are needing to let go of, or if you have a tendency to have obsessive behavior over someone, right? That's going to be a need to kind of acknowledge that and heal that obsessive type of attachment or energy within yourself as well. Maybe this is also something that blocks you from being able to kind of make decisions or choices, is also what I'm seeing here as well. We have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom. That Four of Pentacles is attachment. Okay. It can also be greed with the Four of Pentacles, because this is like when we're hoarding and holding on to and being stingy and holding money, or we have a scarcity mindset, right? And we fear taking some type of financial risk in order to develop more abundance for ourselves. So yeah, to me, a lot of that can be in with that Four of Pentacles here as well. Okay. So I'm going to leave it here for you. Pile number 3. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.